Hello again, YouTube, and here we are back again. This is 2cent, and I'm bringing you my 2 cents on Echoes of Mana. This is a new game, been out, I think, about 5 or 6 days now from Square Enix, and I tell you what, I have just been playing this almost nonstop. In the confines of the game, lets me do that. So, um, right here, you see the newest content that they have out, and it's the very hard boss battle. And I'll tell you what, this co-op was actually very difficult and I created a lot of ability for me to have to like work on my characters, but also like learn the boss mechanics and stuff like that. And I think it was just done very well. If we get more boss events and stuff like that, perfect. But with that said, let us jump into just kind of the main screen of the game here, and let's take a look a little bit about some of the things we noticed. So, you got my team here. This is kind of your standard sort of uh, gotcha-esque area, like you would normally see. And I think that the artwork in this game is pretty good. The graphics, I think, are pretty good. They're, obviously not this high scale, sort of more maybe modernish sort of graphics that we're seeing in games. But I think this is very appealing to the eye, and it works for me. So it's enough to keep me interested, high enough resolution to keep me interested. The characters look good. Um, could look better, but I think this is working for it. Um, you know, I heard some other people complain about the graphics. I know that's kind of been a thing that other people said, but for me, I will give my stamp of approval for graphics for this game. All right, now that we've kind of talked a little about the graphics, let's get into the gotcha behind the system. And I really do have to say, don't feel like it's super great or super bad. I think it's just kind of middle of the road gotcha. Here you got some rates here. I've done enough to go through one round of pity, so it seemed like it was okay to me, and that I probably got more than what the percentage of 4 stars are, which is good. So maybe I got a little lucky. It's really hard to tell with that. It's all anecdotal for that. But I do like this kind of trade-in system. If you do end up going to pity, which I kind of recommend, you probably shouldn't pull unless you're ready to go to pity, and that in this game could be another problem versus how much currency are we going to get in the future to really be able to do those sorts of things. So uh, I've cleared most of the content at this point. There's not that much crystals left for me to get freely, so we're really gonna have to see how generous this game becomes over time. And games typically are pretty stingy when they first coming out. I was able to max out my one character there, which was super great. She was the one I was really going for, uh, and I've spent very little in this game, so I've been pretty happy with the return of investment. But this current banner lasts for a full month, and I don't know if they're going to come out with other ones in between that or whatnot. If they do, then it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm not going to have enough crystals to go for every sort of unit or even like make an attempt. And then it's just all about how many units you need to skip to be able to get the next one somewhat guaranteed. And I think for me, my kind of area in that, I can't really make a great judgment on it because I don't know how generous they're going to be. But as of right now, I'd say that's one of my concerns as far as the gacha goes, of how frequently you can get characters. Now, there's no reason that you have to max them all the way out to +6 like I was able to do here. Uh, that was just like some fun thing that I was able to do with that character because I really enjoyed playing her. Now, going along with that, we got to talk about the girls in this game, and I think as you can see there's a lot of good-looking artwork as far as that. And what I do enjoy is that most of the artwork is both appealing and somewhat more modest than some of the other games, in which I think is just kind of a good sort of a feel for a gacha that you can make something look very cute and appealing and whatnot, but also not just by the removal of clothes. So I think that's always a good sign for good artists. And a lot of the male characters look super good in this game too. So Right there, you can kind of see the Crimson Mage. He's a special natural 5-star you can get from doing some tower, and there's not enough currency from that yet to be able to get him, but it will be something that to kind of look forward to as a character you can grind out that's a natural 5-star, whereas everything else from the gacha is natural 4-star that you would pull. So overall, as far as the gacha system, I feel like this is very middle of the line. I do feel that you're going to have some problems continuously pulling for each character without dropping money. That can, differ per person. If you're able to be like, oh, it's okay, I'll play with what I got, that's fine, I can save up. If you have that kind of resolve, great, perfect system for you. If you're one of those people that like, oh no, I just want one of every unit and kind of be able to try this and that out, this is not going to be the game for you to be free to play in. So that would be my cautionary tale about that. Is the even the shop prices on things. There's a couple good deals, but I would not utilize anything outside of those good deals. It's just too expensive for your investment. So I'm going to rate this one very in the middle as far as the gacha goes. I do like the pity system, and I do like how you can, if you really wanted to, as talking to the whales out there, multiple pities for the same unit over and over again, which is good because I've seen in some other games where if you go to pity, you can only get one copy of the character. So even if you're looking and searching for multiple, you can't get them. So there are the good things about that. They do every now and then give these sort of like side universal upgrades for any 4-star that kind of work as if you had a dupe of that unit. And that could also be another really big deciding factor. If they keep giving a lot of those, then we could really have something that we're kind of like can slow build units over time without having to worry about their banner. And then it's just all about getting that initial unit and then being able to use that. So that's kind of my thoughts about the gacha. So far, we've talked about the graphics that I think are pretty good. We've talked about the characters and the themselves, like the girls and the guys. Even the artwork on here, just very good. We've talked about the gacha system. It's probably my only cautionary tale of this game so far, except part of the gameplay. This gameplay is so good. I enjoy it so much, and you just kind of watching some of this going on in the background. And this right here is just the autoplay. This is just some farming I got going on for you. But the manual play in the different stages and the kind of way it kind of makes you kind of feel good about how you've invested in a character, but also challenge you at the same time, I think is amazing. But there is some catch to it. The amount of energy that it takes to run some of these stages is pretty excessive compared to the amount of energy that you're given, and it's really quick to run out. And then if you don't have any sort of pots, which they haven't been giving out a lot of, so one of those things I'm hoping that later on they give us more ways to refill, because we certainly don't want to use our our gacha currency to do the refills. And so they have made some announcements that they're going to kind of shift some of those things around, and they even gifted us some pots. So I have some hope that kind of stuff is going to change a little bit, but it feels very reminiscent to resin issues from Genshin. So let's take a look at that. That's going to be a little cautionary tale. The gameplay is extremely fun. It's just sometimes you end up, wanting to do more, and you can't. So if great for a side game if you're only looking to play for a couple hours. So that's what I have to feel about that. But overall, I think this is an amazing game, and I would give it my 2 cents stamp of approval for a game that you should be trying. And that's my 2 cents.